All right. Here's one that a lot of people were interested in. Devastated by Prop 19 in California, which was, it actually, there's some really good benefits to it for people that have been hurt by the wildfires. We actually have an accountant here who lost her house in the wildfires a few years back. So it's very real what a lot of these folks are feeling. And they said, hey, used to be, you had a fire, you get replacement value. Like you don't have to, you can keep your same low basis to your replacement value in the same county. So if you left California, you would lose it. Or if you moved outside of that county, now you can move up to 3 times because of these situations and keep your primary basis. So Prop 19 is all about property taxes. And the other thing was you would keep under Proposition 13, if Jeff was my kid, I could give him my property, whether he lived in it or not, and he would keep my low basis for the property taxes. So I could have a property that's worth $5 million. Jeff just uses it as an Airbnb and he just rents it out and it's paying next to nothing in property taxes. Meanwhile, somebody who lives in their house next door is paying infinitely more in property taxes. And so Prop 19 popped up and said, that situation's not fair. We will let you keep some of that benefit. And it's the fair market value plus $1 million. If you give it to your kids have to live there. Right. And I said kids, right? Because if you leave it to 2 children, they have to live there. Not one, both is my understanding. And if I leave it to Jeff and Jeff's my child, Jeff would have to live in that house to keep the low adjusted basis for property taxes.
Yeah, no sooner I turn it into an Airbnb, Prop 19 smacks me.
Yep. You have to live there as your primary residence. Let's see if there's some I know that there's actually a pretty good, I didn't bring the link with me, but the Board of Equalization has a pretty good statement on this. And you can just type in Prop 19 BOE and you will find it. And they have a bunch of Q&A. It just came out and I don't believe it takes effect for another month and a week. I believe it's February 15th. And so what people are doing is they're doing all sorts of weird stuff. There's parents who are throwing all their stuff into trusts and they think somehow they're gonna win out. Oh, Patty just did it. Yeah, she just shared out that link and it doesn't work that way. The whole idea is that you don't want someone to get priced out of their home. So I bought a house in Long Beach. I bought it for $300,000. It's now being assessed at 1.5. I can't afford the property taxes, so I have to sell it. That's what they were trying to avoid with Prop 13. What it ended up being is I bought the house, I stayed in it, now I'm giving it to my kids. My kids make it into a rental, and they're still paying property taxes as though it was being assessed at 300 grand. That's just not right.